In the small town of Eldritch Hollow, where the fog rolled in thick like a shroud and the moonlight barely pierced through the treetops, lived a girl named Jasmine. She was known for her unyielding curiosity and boundless imagination, traits that often led her astray into adventures, or mischief, as her parents called it. As autumn settled over the town, an eerie sensation began to creep into Jasmine's heart. Alongside the chill in the air, the townsfolk murmured of the old Renshaw house, abandoned for decades and suffocating under years of neglect. It was universally accepted that the house was haunted. Legends told of its former owner, a reclusive woman named Eliza, who vanished one stormy night, leaving only whispers of her sorrow behind. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and shadows loomed large, Jasmine's friends dared her to explore the Renshaw house. They surrounded her, their breaths visible in the cool air, eyes alight with excitement and a hint of fear. With a determined nod, Jasmine tucked a flashlight under her arm and set off toward the creaking gate, the weight of the collective gasps from her friends echoing in her ears. Their old house stood as a monument to despair. Dark, rotting wood loomed over her like a watchful giant, while the winds howled through the broken windows, creating an otherworldly symphony. Jasmine's heart raced, not from fear, but from anticipation. She pushed the door open with a loud creak, sending a flock of dust motes swirling into the air. The stench of mold and decay hit her like a fist. Inside, the silence was deafening. Broken furniture lay strewn about, shrouded in layers of dust, and faded photographs lined the walls, their subjects looking out mournfully. Jasmine pointed the flashlight around the room, illuminating the faded memories with brief bursts of brilliance. "Hello," her voice echoed, not quite breaking the silence, but rather merging with it. As she wandered deeper into the house, her footsteps echoing against the hollow floor, the atmosphere shifted. Shadows danced in the corners of her vision. She could almost feel eyes watching her from the inky darkness. Sensing she was not alone, she steadied her breathing, remembering the legends of Eliza. Had she truly vanished, or was she still lingering, trapped within the confines of her own sorrow? A sudden crash startled Jasmine, and she spun around, flashlight beam trembling in her grip. There, at the end of the hallway, a figure flickered in view, its outline barely visible before it vanished. Jasmine felt a chill seep into her bones. Her heart pounded feverishly in her chest. "Is anyone there?" She called again, her voice more uncertain but woven with a thread of bravery. The house seemed to respond, a low whisper brushing against her ear, like a soft breeze that carried the faintest hint of a name. Eliza. The name echoed through the halls, tugging at the corners of Jasmine's heart. She began to feel a profound sadness envelop her, an understanding that something terrible had happened in this place, yet also an inexplicable empathy towards the lost spirit. Summoning her courage, Jasmine called out, "Eliza, I'm here to listen. You don't have to be alone anymore." The air grew thick with emotion, and, for a moment, the world around her dimmed. Then, a flicker of light caught her attention. She dashed through the dim hallways, drawn to the glow emanating from a decrepit room at the end. With bated breath, she pushed the door open, revealing what seemed to be Eliza's old sitting room, untouched by time. A soft humming filled the air, and, in the center of the room, a figure shimmered, the outlines of a woman dressed in a flowing gown. "You are not afraid of me?" the figure asked, her voice laced with sorrow yet tinged with hope. Jasmine remained steadfast, shaking her head, her heart swelling with compassion. "No, Eliza, I am here for you. You shouldn't have to bear this loneliness." The spirit began to solidify, her sad eyes glimmering with unshed tears. "I was lost, trapped by my grief. But you, dear girl, you've brought light into this darkness." Jasmine stepped closer, reaching out her hand, a gesture of friendship and understanding. In that moment, a warmth enveloped the room, banishing the heavy gloom. Eliza's spirit began to shimmer, her sadness dissipating like mist under the sun. "Thank you for hearing me," Eliza whispered, and, as her figure softened into a radiant light, she smiled, truly, for the first time. With a soothing hum, the energy of the room shifted, as if the very walls exhaled a long-held breath of despair. In an instant, the abandonment of the Renshaw house crumbled, replaced by warmth and laughter. Glass chandeliers sparkled above, and the faded wallpaper glowed with life and color. Eliza's presence faded as she transformed into a cascade of light, ascending into the night sky. Free at last, Jasmine found herself outside, the moon shining brightly, illuminating Eldritch Hollow in a celestial glow. The whisper of Eliza was now a gentle echo in her heart, a promise that she was free. Her friends emerged from the shadows, eyes wide with disbelief. Jasmine grinned, adrenaline coursing through her veins. "You won't believe what just happened," as she exclaimed. With a newfound sense of purpose, Jasmine returned home, filled with stories of the supernatural rather than the fear it once held. Eldritch Hollow flourished as the legend shifted from darkness to hope. And, as for Jasmine, she learned the importance of compassion and the power to connect with lost souls, becoming a beacon of light in a world often overshadowed by fear. From that day on, she visited the Renshaw house frequently, no longer a haunted relic but a sanctuary of stories, where whispers mingled with laughter, and the past found peace.